Hello, hello, and welcome, my Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do you need? Shadow read for this full to new July 2023. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 25 years in service, author of Words of Grace, from a professional witch, divided into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading. There is a link in the description box to the Kindle version. You can preview the first chunk of it, including the table of contents, and you can see the graces that go in each chakra, etc., etc. And I love the book. It's lovely. Go check it out if you like. The original version, though, the original PDF. Some of my subscribers get that on Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle. Best career move I have ever made. All of my subscribers, regardless of the level of subscription, get 3 benefits in common. The daily check-ins, unlisted YouTube live stream link. I chat with them every morning. They chat with me back. It's really cool about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, something to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day, considering I do this, and clients and all that stuff. The other benefits that they get is they get all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They're all relationship-based, timeless, and gargantuan. Some of them are well over an hour, the extended reads, and they all get a significant discount on private sessions with me. We'll talk about it at the end of the video, but to say that Seeker, Human, Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, God, Goddess, the 8 tiers that I have all get the exact same discount, and we are currently running a 7-day free trial for our first 2 tiers, Seeker and Human. Check it out if you like, because Patreon's the best thing I have ever done in my career, considering my career covers a lot of ground. I love it. I'm looking forward to even doing more as they expand the platform. So click the link, check it out. There's a video about it too. And come Patreon on Patreon, one of my own. Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. And I love Sagittarians. Y'all are fun, mostly. I mean, I haven't run across one unfun one yet. It's sort of rhyming already. Let's do some explanation for the new Saggies and cross-watchers, and then we'll get down to the divination. Feel free to jump ahead as you like if you've heard it 1,000 times before. Although we are going to talk about the astrology of this 2-week period. An 8-card draw is just 1 card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about anything. We are using it for a 2-week period, so a timed, not a timeless reading. A full to new July 2023. The letting go, the releasing, and all of that. The shadow work. That's why they're called shadow reads, right? To release, to surrender, right? I do the 5-card draws, plant a seed, watch them grow, full to nudiful, the beautiful nudifuls. I apply all of those, and they're working for me. So, of course, I write down as well and take note of my shadow to clear the field, right? To alchemize my shadow to light, my lead to gold, my paint to peace. In the language of spiritual alchemy, 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table of elements, symbolically speaking, cannot be created or destroyed. Those 3 atoms must be released, transformed, alchemized as you will. And that's where the chakras are involved. So let's look at this briefly, a little astrology. I am a Virgo sun sign, 2nd house. So the full moon in Capricorn, Monday, July 3rd, 7:39 a.m. Eastern, a little early for a full moon, but I'm gonna probably wake up, I'm usually up around that time anyway, make myself a cup of coffee, do the 5-card draws from this last bunch that I did, and coffee, is Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, Saturn rules coffee beans, done, right? Easy, I'm gonna have the coffee anyway. And then 2 weeks later, we have a new moon on Monday. Yeah, a new moon on Monday, July 17th, 2:32 p.m. And I've been saying it, and I think it's true, 2:32 p.m. Eastern. What's the point of lighting a torch and waving it for the new moon on Monday if it's bright daylight? Maybe we'll save it for later. I'm sorry, I had to. Generation X, please. Simon Laban, I almost booped his navel once when he was on stage, but I didn't want to get carried away by security. In between those 2 days, I told you, Sages, I know how to have fun. In between those 2 dates of note, Mars is going into Virgo, July 10th. If you have any planets in Virgo or Earth signs, that could be interesting. But I think the one of note is Mercury is going in to Leo the next day on July 11th, which will be trining Sagittarius. Trines are harmonious and usually work well. So, I mean, it's not a Klusterfuck of a reading, but it is a general read, or at least the astrology, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. I find my sun sign tends to lean more towards business. My moon sign, Pisces, more about my mystical spiritual stuff. Venus, definitely more romantic, tends to lead that way. And, well, my Leo rising, just because it's Leo rising. Could be anything. Crosswatchers, your opportunity to get some insight, understanding, sympathy, and empathy for the Sagittarius you are cross-watching for, as well as some opportunities to apply a mantra, a little totemic magic, a little archangelic stuff, and a healing mantra, as well as other things you could do in support of the one you are cross-watching for, as well as helping all of the Sagittarian collective heal, because that's what unity does, apparently, in the quantum. Please don't make me do math, so I think that's enough explanation. I'm glad to do it. Let's do the divination and make that shift in the still point. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will, and I promise you, I will do anything that I can to help anybody alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their illusions to truth. Their fear to love, to shift us all into a more golden, happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser timeline. One person at a time if needed, because that's the gig, but this is a collective read, so let's work it. Let's go to the still point. Please take a nice deep breath. Here's where it changes. Still point. Okay. Pantheonic override. Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the dominant archetype in play in the 8th chakra, hovering over the heads of the Sagittarians and the crosswatchers, indicating the shadow work, the alchemy, from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, this full to new, the artist, excellent, excellent. Well, all archetypes are neutral, so the shadow side is just as toxic as the light is magnificent. Creative family archetype, there are 8 different families. This is about how you create. Just keep in mind, it's not just about performance or fine art. Everybody has an inner artist. It's how you deal with it, but you can have the artist a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I have in a lifetime. I was born to do this. Mystical artist, but that's the thing. Don't pigeonhole it. The shadow attribute that Caroline Myss, M-Y-S-S, she's PhD, wrote, the shadow and the light attribute. To me, that's the lead and the gold. The shadow of the artist, using talent as an excuse to mistreat others. Well, how dare they? Posing as the starving artist Jula's in pity. Well, look, I'm Leo rising, so even if I'm on the balls of my ass, you'll never know. So, yeah, I don't relate to that one too much, but the light, here we go, the gold, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the 5 senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. You're soaking in it. I'm doing it right now. I'm a mystical artist, man. So 8th chakra, very creative, obviously. Let's keep going. Next 4 chakras down, we're going to look at with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a goddess deck for the goddess energy, the internal, the creative level of power. Throat chakra minimum, spit, swallow, or chew, willpower. Because that's where you either choose to delay or not delay, which can't be prevented in your sacred contracts. Yeah, please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddesses override. As I call upon my goddesses of fire, sign of Sagittarius. Powers of the South. I feel that. It feels good. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Sagittarius Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and crosswatchers watching this video, drawn to this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Internally, internal. Heart, third eye, crown dynamic to alchemize the artist from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, this full to new. Well, we stepped into shadow territory with the card of oppression. Daughters of the Moon Tarot is a feminist deck, so it does not overuse patriarchal imagery like the devil. Instead, it takes the tarot card of the devil and splits it in two. Coyote woman, the trickster. This is oppression. This is more the chains around the neck from the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. A woman buried under stones, but the stones have people's faces on them while the village burns around her. So look, this heart, when it's usually a major arcana card in a 7-card draw, 5-card draw, whatever, it's all of those chakras at once. Now, certainly an artist feeling the chains of fear, chains of addiction, that's part of the gig. Now, I mean, I'm thinking, you know, rock and roll, but certainly that's, it may not pertain to everybody watching this video. Certainly the faces of on the stones speak of sometimes societal pressure, right? Tribal stuff that we're kind of absorbing into our personal level of power. So whatever the chains are that bind here, whatever is holding you back, oppressing you, on the inside, let's see what's going on the outside with that, because there is then a creative, artistic way through it. And let's face it, some of the most magnificent art throughout history has not come from when everything was coming up roses. Except maybe that song, Gypsy. Shall we? Gee, I'm a gay male with a musical theater background. What a shock. Please take a nice deep breath. Keep it light, folks. Your sages, your cross-watchers will have to cope. Still point. Yeah, this could be decisive. Here we go. Still point. My gods, override. As I call upon my gods of fire, the sign of Sagittarius and powers of the south. Please, beloved gods of mutable fire. One card in clarity, lower 3 chakras, masculine energy, outside in, inside out, relationships in the physical world. What does the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign, and crosswatchers need to be aware of in the physical world? Outside in, looking at them from the inside out, looking at others. What do they need to be aware of here to alchemize the artist in the 8th with oppression on the inner, this full to new hanged man? Okay, woo! There we go. You are in shadow period. This is Prometheus bound. Stole fire from the gods. He was a titan, by the way, still is. You know, immortals, what are you going to do? They're still around. Stole fire so that humanity would no longer be as dependent on the gods, so they could have their own fire. They didn't have to wait for lightning to strike and something to ignite just to eat, right? Well, they didn't like that, so the Olympians got together and they didn't really put him on trial. Zeus hung him upside down from a rock in Tartarus, which is as far below the underworld as the underworld is from this world, so it's not exactly the same as the underworld. But it is a reform school. It is a furnace. It's an alchemical furnace. Like, you don't have to stay there forever. There's actually a release plan. Can you imagine? And that's why Prometheus Unbound does happen eventually. So this is about surrender. Lower 3 chakras, whatever is going on in the outside world, you got to get that there is something higher in play here. Again, when it's a major arcana card in a chakra read like this, it's all of them. I'm going to say your lower 3 chakras are going to be more accurate in terms of navigating your way through this creatively than what's going on up here. Just saying what's going on, heart, third eye, crown, because we all go through this as artists. Is it Dark Night of the Soul? We got more plan. And there's a card for that, actually. We'll see if that comes up. It's shown up a couple of times already. But really powerful. I mean, there's so many examples I could give, right? But there's ultimately a sacrifice and a surrender. And often that is a point of view. That's why I like to go back to Odin, upside down on the world tree, plucked out an eye to the face. fates for, the Norns, for cash and prizes, including the runes. So, you know, there's something huge to be gained here. But I could see how anybody would be scared of that. That's normal. That's fine. Can you love yourself through it is my question. Let's see what the chakra reading cards have to say, because the Blessed Bee Oracle by Lucy Cavendish, who I love so very, very much. She's taking a break. That used to be the last card down. Chakra reading cards is now our fourth card down to give a little clue, a little tip, a little hint, particularly with all that major arcana going on there, which chakras to sort of focus in on, give a little extra attention to. I don't know, hot glue a crystal on it or something. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved, because chances are there are other people involved in this. Please take a nice deep breath. Ooh, throat chakra. Still point. Higher selves override. I call to the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the oracle message, the reading, the chakra reading, the clue, the tip, the hint to help the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading? Alchemize, the artist in the 8th, with oppression on the inner and hangman on the outer, this full to new. Listening. Listening, 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 right? You're gonna hang out, you're gonna listen. Listen to who, listen to what. There's an affirmation that comes with this one. Card number 24. All of them have affirmations. This is a very, very powerful text here, I will say that. And the artwork is just lovely. We're almost there. Listening. I need the magnifying glass for the micro font. Throat chakra. They made me cough to make a point, I guess. You have drawn this card today to let you know it's time to take note and listen. Messages and guidance come in many forms, and you are being asked to stop for a moment and listen to the wisdom that is coming your way. Okay, we got to stick a pin in this for a second. Okay, so Carolyn Mace, Anatomy of the Spirit, also in chakra chapters. Each chakra has a sacred truth. Surrender your will to the divine. She said surrender your will to God, but, you know, I've got pagans that I'm dealing with. So surrender your will to the divine, right? It is the sacrifice. This is lethatide, literally in this right now, to balance judgment and mercy. It's a lot. So it's the time to read. You're in a good place for this. You may have asked for a sign or some guidance recently. The answer will be revealed if you listen carefully. The most profound guidance comes from within, and it's time to start listening and trusting your own soul. Now, with the oppression on the inside, that might feel damn near impossible, right? Or really, there's a real fear of seeing what's going on there, right? Of listening. That could really be a mystic thing, but for an artist it does make sense. Take some time to meditate and explore the silence in order to hear the powerful words of the divine guidance coming from within you. Your angels and guides are also sharing their thoughts with you at this time. Answers may also come via songs, other people's conversations, or some other external source sharing this wisdom with you. Listen carefully to what is being presented to you at this time. This card also suggests that you are not listening deep enough at present. It could be that someone is sharing how they feel or their perception of a situation, and you have not been listening with an open heart, which may be causing miscommunication, challenges, and conflict. People will always have different perceptions and experiences, and it's important to allow both sides of the story to be heard and expressed. Throat chakra, definitely. When we can understand this and not take people's expressions personally, we can be open to a world of unconditional love and communicate more from a place of love and understanding. Listen deeper in the silence, and your answers will be revealed in divine timing. I mean, I find that true just running the business, that kind of business that I have, right? It's like, I gotta find the silence. Please, please. The affirmation, I listen contently and hear the words of wisdom loud and clear. Oh, let it be. Let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. Here you go. All right. I mean, very third chakra read. It does make sense. Surrender your will to the divine there in the Hanged Man. because it's okay to not know what to do. It's okay to go through the oppression, because some of it is ancestral patterns passed on for thousands and thousands of years, right? And it's born into the DNA before we ever draw breath. So how personally do you want to take your own ancestral patterning, let alone the societal stuff growing up? Just saying. So shifting lead to gold means the removal of those 3 atoms on the periodic table in between the 2, and so the whispers of Lord Ganesh, Ganesh, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles that I've been cultivating and developing a relationship with very, very close and divinely intimate for the past 25 years, working with the Ashaya monks, Ishaya, took all 5 spheres of their meditation technique and just did it before. Did I do it before this one? Must have been good, I don't remember. But I may mention it because if you can, check it out. If you feel so called, let's ask. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Beloved Ganesh, please override. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, God of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. Please, beloved one, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message to help the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and drawn to this reading? Alchemize the artist in the 8th, oppression on the inner, hangman on the outer, listening with the throat chakra, this full to new. Fulfillment. Now, this is about knowledge. This one just came up as well in this series. Fulfillment. Here we have Ganesh. Seems a younger version, his school days Ganesh, reading a scroll, right? So about fulfillment, that there's a lot to be learned from where you are right now, or will be, one would think, be going through this 2-week period as a necessary stage for your alchemy. We're almost there. Oh, skipped a page. There we go. Fulfillment, card number 6. No matter what you want to do or become, you will achieve more with knowledge. This image of Ganesha reading the scroll is a symbol of the importance of education and the pursuit of knowledge. This might mean that there is a period of increased study and learning at hand. Could very well be. You may find you want to inquire about a field of study that has been widely explored and choose to go to an experienced teacher. To learn more, look for someone to consult for more information. This could be a counselor, an author, a psychotherapist, or some spiritual advisor. You will discover new skills from this helpful teacher, as they have the wisdom to provide excellent guidance and advice. Keep in mind, there is also a wealth of information at your fingertips in books. Everything you read fills your head with new information, and you never know when it might have a practical use. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to tackle any challenge that lies before you. Additionally, knowledge can never be taken from you. No matter what you're longing to do or become, you will benefit from gaining more knowledge. Approach this time with great curiosity and an open mind. Listening, throat chakra, that's a choice. I still I have this tickle in my throat, and I didn't have it all day. I blame the Sagittarians and the cross watchers. But honestly, that makes sense, right? Doesn't it? It's like, you want a fulfilling life, you gotta learn, right? And there's so much information. I mean, really, let's not talk too much about the Alexandrian library, because I get a little shaky. Past life bleed through flashbacks. But now it's like walking around with it in your cell phone. We have so much information. We can even ask the phone verbally to do it, and it'll give us some clues and tips and hints. Almost divinatory in that sense. You know, the more that you learn about this, look, air, element of air, throat chakra, the third eye, the fulfillment comes to you, enriching yourself with knowledge, really, in any way, shape, or form. I mean, this is obviously an artist, there's a creative way through this, but the surrender for that, to see things differently, hanged man, to break those chains that bind. Everyone has access to spirit animals and totems. That's why we're using the Divine Animals Oracle to tune to them, particularly an artist, having a little, you know, animal help along the way could be a fun thing. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Totems override. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Sagittarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video, drawing this reading, please, beloved members of the animal kingdom, pantheon, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them the guidance, the grace, the protection, the love, the wisdom, the power, and the oracle message to alchemize the artist this full to new. Jackal. Not shocked. Truth. Jackal. I think we know who this is. Card number 44. Yeah, truth. Hi. Card number, a very striking card. I'll hold it up again. Yeah, it's sort of got a nudist written all over it. We'll get there. 44. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're a snake. Jackal. Truth. I mean, you gotta look. I mean, it's very much, very shadow worky, kind of, if you want to go there. Authenticity is important. Live your truth fearlessly. Artist. Someone around you is not telling the truth. Do not fear what you cannot control. We will all leave a legacy, so you should consider what this might mean for you. Death is a part of life. I mean, we're looking at Anubis here, guys. Oh, and it's the last card in the deck. How appropriate. Sometimes the magic, I gotta read this part. I don't think we've read this before. Sometimes we need a big dose of truth in our lives, which is where jackal energy is a positive force. Now, come on, Saggies, you're known for like spitting lightning bolts of truth in often the most inopportune ways, but you know, everybody's got a gig. Even when finding out the truth of a situation means pain, it's better to know the truth, and jackal energy can be a comfort. Also, call upon this energy when you or others are affected by death. Allow yourself to know that the person who has died has a soul that is being carefully protected and watched over. So, look, that could obviously play into the oppression on the inner and the hanged man on the outer if there is a loved one recently lost. I just went through it myself with my beloved Sabby, the first prince. He'll be back as Sabrina. I have a feeling they always reincarnate, but that's the thing. So this fulfillment to get you through this, to talk to a counselor if that is indeed the case, because who's taught how to grieve? And it's a highly individualized curriculum for each and every one of us on top of that. So if that is what's going on here, out of that can come amazing art. And remember, your home can be your canvas, right? Your life can be your canvas. And Sagittarians, that you can do this by listening, by sitting in the stillness instead of all that third eye stuff going on, then really you'll get the fulfillment you need through the education that comes as a result of that. But you're in charge of the education. You've got the arrows. You get to choose what you want to focus on. It's all free will. We don't get to choose the options. We get to choose of what options are given to us, just like in a video game, right? And yeah, you can try and hack it, but you know, it's pretty much a closed system, holographic reality expanding forever and ever, but it's not real, so whatever. Ow, pure non-dualism. So let's talk to the archangels. They got a point of view, huh? Everyone has access to the archangels because everyone's higher self has been called a guardian angel. And so the guardian angels get together, billions of trillions of them, into archangels, sort of like a club. And then the archangels club together, and they become the powers, the virtues, the dominions, the principalities, all the way up to the cherubim and the seraphim. And then on the other side of the cross wall where it's all just Om, and there's no place like it. So which one are you going to call, right? Which one are you going to ask for help? If you so choose to listen to, but you have to invite, you have to call, you have to do something. Even a Google search is sometimes enough for an archangel to go, okay, hi, because they're cool like that. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Archangelic override. Here we go. Using the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Wenman, I call upon the beloved pantheons of archangels for the beloved Sagittarius Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers watching this video drawn to this reading. Who is the angel waiting in the wings with the wings ready to swoop in with the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the power, the love, and all of that help to help the Sagittarians and the crosswatchers alchemize the artist from shadow light led to gold, paint to piece this full to new. Ooh, Zadkiel as Saint Germain, so hot. Oh my god. French too. Oh, Zadkiel, freedom and transmutation, the alchemist. The gig, he's a lot of fun. Very Sagittarian in my experience. I've had a lot of Saint Germain experiences in my life. So I was like, oh, you're kind of fun. He is the trickster of the bunch. But presenting as Archangel Zadkiel, often considered the archangel of one of the archangels of the crown chakra. Look at me, so cute. And he's a count. The royalty or gentry, I forget. Shown here is the ascended master Saint Germain, the great alchemist. Zadkiel's name means grace of God or righteousness of God. He is the angel of freedom, benevolence, transfiguration, and forgiveness. He helps us release negativity and transmutes limiting beliefs and thought patterns so we can live a life of freedom. I mean, the violet flame stuff on YouTube, oh, that's a crown chakra rabbit hole just waiting for you. This begins with holding ourselves in forgiveness, and in a similar way to working with Jeremiel, having mercy for our own shortcomings. Zadkiel can help us see a higher perspective and rise above the idea of right and wrong, good and bad, to see every situation in our lives as a great blessing or lesson. It makes sense, right? You get into the crown chakra, you bypass the third eye. You see things from a more wisdom than spiritual power than just the mental power of the third eye. It's very powerful. He helps us free ourselves from outdated victimhood or guilt and transforms our lower thoughts and emotions into loving and hopeful wishes and prayers, guiding us towards inner blessings. Also, the I Am Discourse, Godfrey Ray King, apparently that's all like translated from Saint Germain. The message: free yourself from limitations. Imprisonment is an illusion, for no one can imprison your heart or mind, Sagittarius. Choose to feel free and allow any perceived blocks to dissolve. Gee, what blocks could those be? Right? Creative blocks for an artist is a freaking nightmare, right? So there's a surrender here, seeing things differently, but certainly this is the archangel to call upon. I mean, so very much so. And I mean, that whole Saint Germain thing is just a whole other thing. Ascended masters and Ashtar commands and all that. Ooh, it's alright, I'm a witch. I'm good. I'm good. Whatever, whoever, wherever, Shakira. So, our last card down, we are going to, of course, use the Macon Healing Mantra, because a little mantra goes a long way. I memorized the whole deck. I've had it since it came out in 2018, but they're really helpful, and they work if you work them. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. Guess who they passed the mic to? As I call upon the beloved Ascended Masters of the General Assembly, please, beloved ones, one card in clarity for our beloved Sagittarius Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers who are watching this video drawn to this reading. Leave the perfect mantra, a healing mantra card in my hand to help them alchemize. The artist archetype, from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love, sorrow to joy, with the artist in the 8th, oppression on the inner, hangman on the outer, listening in the 3rd chakra, fulfillment, truth, alchemy, freedom, and forgiveness, this full to new. Embracing worthiness. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. It's like a cross between Thorgy Thor and Madeline Kahn. Oh my god, what a great mantra. No, this is an energy worker, but it doesn't work instantly. It's not like Alka-Seltzer. It takes a little practice. Mantras usually do. So about your worth, embracing your worthiness. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing, and it's not about getting it from the outside in. It's totally about getting it from the inside out, because you are pure spirit at your core, which has everything in it, and what's not to love, really? Embracing. We're almost there. Expanding and embracing worthiness. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body. And it feels amazing. Oh no, it's fun. You can have a lot of fun with it. No one needs to hear you say it, although you're a Sagittarius who probably scream it from the top of the rooftops. When worthiness dawns, you know that life has a bigger plan in store, because it always does. You are able to navigate the highs and lows of each moment, aware of a greater cosmic force at play. Cosmic! Little B-52s, right? This could be a lot of fun, considering... Because we're talking about an art here, right? We're talking about a creative expression here, definitely with that element of fire present in that card of oppression. This is a huge opportunity. Worthiness grants you permission to honor all that you are and moves you in the direction that fulfills your deepest passions. Passion and art. I don't see it everywhere all the time anymore, right? So whatever your art form is, I don't care if it's the art of conversation, your art of finance, your art of anything, your creative power is needed. This mantra is ideal for feeling more joy, working through creative blocks, which is what this could be, and helping the body heal. Chill, hang. And then go hunting, you archers. All right. Let's put this together. This makes sense. Let's put this together in a blessimation. Then that will end the reading, because I do love sending the blessings out into the world. It's good for my energy field, and really, it's okay if it comes back threefold. It's a blessing. The threefold law. But after that, if you want and chill, I'll release the Sagittarius Collective, and we'll talk about cool stuff going on for joining the circle, including the new music that's being created as we speak. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And we end as we begin. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine, for the Sagittarius Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and Cross Watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need. Well, to embrace worthiness, because, you know, they can feel worthiness filling every cell in their body, and it does indeed feel amazing as advertised. There they are, so that they can alchemize the artist archetype who's feeling a little saggy and jumpy here, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses and inspiring others to see life symbolically, certainly working with Archangel Zadkiel, transmutation and freedom, Saint Germain, all that forgiveness, just seeing it from a higher place alone, which is certainly indicated in the third chakra, and to listen, to find the stillness. The information, guidance coming from within as well as from without, so that they can relax, chill, let go, see things differently. Don't crack up, bend your brain, see both sides, throw off your mental chains, woo-hoo-hoo, because there are probably some mental chains, but chains of fear, chains of illusion, chains of smoke, they just look real until we actually confront them, and certainly they're going to learn, and there is information for them. Fulfillment comes through their own education, their garnering of knowledge, which is then put into wisdom through action, and certainly that being truth-based. If there is loss, there will be gain. That is a universal truth in the physical world. All that rises falls. Turn, turn, turn. So may they be blessed with all that they need to be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest version of themselves, embracing their worth with truth, transforming and liberating, doing the fulfillment, listening for that fulfillment, removing the rocks, breaking the chains that bind them, surrendering their will to the divine, to be that bridge between the divine and the mortal, the divine artist, for their well-being, for the well-being of everyone in their life, and for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So motivate. And so it is, more joy. I heard that in the mantra. It's like, yeah, it's part of the cycle. And you know, art is hard. If it was simple, everybody would be doing it in a lot of what's out there. Well, I don't know if it's art, but I know what I like. Whatever. So thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you would. Help other Sagittarians find the reading. And certainly, if you'd like to follow me here on YouTube, I'm a gas. I'm a lot of fun. So, you know, hit the notification bell if you want to know the next thing hitting. But over on Patreon, where we have, it's the land of no algorithms. You sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get everything on that level since I started that level, because we've been adding them a little bit here and there as we go along. All of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount on private sessions with me. We have the 7-day free trials currently running for the first 2 tiers, Seeker and Human. That is $3 and $5 respectively. Jump out on day 6 if you like, or hang in, and then you get all the benefits, and you can always change your level of subscription at any time on Patreon. They're really cool. I love the company. So yeah, check it out. Click the link. Come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. No, now, call now, meow. I love my work, and I love Saggies. And you guys always rise up anyway, you mutable fires. So if you want to book me for a private reading, go to my website, drawingthecircle.com. There's a store. Click on reading, spiritual counseling. It's all spelled out in words, but I did make a video for the 25th anniversary when I changed my prices. That video, of course, is in the description box. Explains all the different things, and rather simple. Reading, spiritual counseling, whether I travel, we Zoom recorded, all of that is in there. And it's fun, and I say over and over in it, I've never turned anybody away because of money. Where there's a wish, there's a way, and we can work it out. We can work it out. You know the rest of the song, hopefully. No time for fussing and fighting, my friends, and not when there's art to be done. So you hang in there, and if you need my help, reach out. I've been helping artists for a very, very long time. No, seriously, I feel like a good chunk of my clientele has been that over the past, oh God, I started reading tarot when I was 12. I'm going to be 55 in September. Yeah, I know, I don't look at things. Oh, a little rapid wrinkle repair, a little witchcraft goes a long way, apparently. So I hope you had fun with this reading. I know, a little tricky, but I do believe in Sagittarians. You're ruled by Jupiter, you're ruled by Zeus, you'll be fine. Just find your lightning. And remember, I love you. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.